I don't want to leave. I gave all my time, I'm a best boy. Learning from the TV and I keep it on my chest, boy. I spend all my time in the bitch club.
Been here for a while, what's the question? I don't wanna talk to your best friend. I don't gotta lie, pick the best one, I'm done. I spend all my time on the bench, bitch, what's up? Nice try, 2 times, how you miss like this? It's low tide, cut ties, threads all on my wrist. I'm tricked up, no fun, catch sweat in my fist. Pick it up, got the 20 with that lifestyle. Couple bucks in my pocket, make it worthwhile. Any up on my chips, yeah, guess we got one thing through. Looking back on the timeline, been here for a while, it's the question. I don't gotta lie, but my best friends, I'ma make a knot out of loose ends. I spend all my time on the bench, bitch, what's up? Feeling alright, yeah, settled inside. Been here for a while, it's the question. I don't gotta lie, but my best friends, I'ma make a knot out of loose ends.
If you're still watching this, can I let you in on a little secret? I have to be honest with you guys. I've been procrastinating from a lot of different things. Now, there are a lot of different reasons for this, but the main reason I want to narrow down on this video specifically is goals. Specifically, the fact that I have too many of them. Now, initially, this channel started off with the focus being my progress of my left hand only. Now, obviously, you guys can see my right hand is back and it's out of the cast, and unfortunately, because of that, the focus of being a left hand only RuneScape player is kind of a little bit more gone now. Now, of course, if I wanted to, I could break my hand again and then get it back in the cast, and that'd be terrible, so I would prefer not to do that. But the big thing here is the fact that my initial drive for this YouTube channel is all gone now because my hand's back. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do with that, and that has led to many different ideas on where I can take this YouTube channel. And honestly, they're all cool ideas. I would love to be able to tackle all of them like at once, but the thing is that's just a very hard ask, and it led me to definitely being, I guess, like decently anxious and procrastinating on all of them basically all at once. So because I only have a limited amount of time and energy per day, and also don't want to burn out, I figured out that I needed to make a plan.
Hello, motherfucker.
Okay, so do you guys know about SMART goals? Initially, I learned all about this with the focus of being fitness, but this is definitely something I didn't really use enough of. I often had a lot of different ideas in my mind, but they were all usually stuck in my head. And this was like terrible because I would spend many days just sitting around thinking about what I wanted to do, as opposed to sitting down doing the work for it. And even if I did sit down and do all the work for it, I didn't actually have a clear idea of what I wanted to do, which was definitely wasn't the most optimal, and it also definitely led me to having a lot of different anxieties because I just didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what I was working towards. So I realized I needed to write it down, and specifically writing it down in this format, it would help a lot. I also needed to be able to split the big overarching goal into many small little goals. Now, it's kind of like a RuneScape quest in this regard. Let's say, for example, Dragon Slayer 2. Dragon Slayer 2, you need to be able to have the level requirements. You need to do all the quests leading up to the quest. You also need to have items, especially if you're an Iron Man. So having all these different goals in mind and be able to split it up into sub goals, it's very similar to RuneScape, and it's also very applicable to real life as well. Lastly, I for me personally, I know that I need a decent amount of accountability. If I'm just left to my own devices, I will procrastinate. In my mind, I feel like I'm optimizing it to be a different time that's like better or anything, but without having any clear deadlines and no accountability and people that I would be letting down if I didn't complete these goals, then I would feel very inclined to just always procrastinate and push them off. Now, before we move on, I want to challenge all of you guys to think about this for yourself. I want you guys to think about a goal that you've set yourself for, maybe for RuneScape, maybe for real life and everything, and just think about how my situation might relate to you and how this sort of format and sort of structure might be able to map onto your life as well, because we're all going through it. So it's important for us to get through this together. Now that I've outlined the structure that needs to be in place for me to have success with my goals, let's actually talk about what the goals are. Let's talk about the S, specific. I want to max my account. This is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, so that's the specific overarching goal that I have. Alright, so measurable. This is honestly pretty easy. We're very fortunate that we're playing RuneScape, and every single thing that you need to work towards, specifically for maxing, it's like clearly well defined. There's the level system. Once you hit 99, then you finish that level, and once you hit 2,277, then you're maxed. Like, you officially maxed your account. Now, the A stands for attainable. Yeah, definitely. They're all attainable. Like, we should be able to do this. It's just a matter of sitting down and actually focusing on doing it. But once we actually focus on doing it, this should 100% be something that I could do and is achievable. R stands for relevance, and this is where things will get a little bit more emotional in this video, so apologies in advance for that. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, why is this goal even something that's so important and relevant to me? Obviously, I'm making RuneScape content, but that isn't enough. That only scratches the surface. I want to max my account because my friend passed away. And him and I used to play RuneScape a lot back in the day. We used to hang out in person. He would be there for me when I was trying to get my first fire cape. And he was proud of me, and he would hop onto Discord and say that he was proud of where I had taken the steps from being afraid of a fire cape all the way to taking on all these different bosses in game. And now that he isn't here, I set myself a goal to max my account in his name. My hope is that he would be proud of the fact that, again, I had started off being this newbie little guy and leveled up from that all the way to being a max account in RuneScape, which was the game that we both shared a very deep love for and, you know, a lot of connections with. And that's why this is relevant. You know, at the end of the day, I recognize that video games as a whole, it's something that's very addicting to me personally, and it's probably better for me to cut that out. But I can't do that without knowing that in some way I gave up on a goal that I set for a very important friend of my life. So yeah, that's why it's very relevant to me. Hello? What is this guy doing?
There's no way they get these kills though.
I'm praying ultimate strength, bro. Incredible reflexes. Go. No way. No way. No way.
Wait.
Oh.
No way. No way.
Ah, let's go. Woohoo. All right. And So last but definitely not least is the time frame. The deadline I'm setting myself is November. Now, there are multiple reasons for why I'm choosing November as the deadline. Now, I was about to make a pretty drastic change in my life, and I was thinking about going like abroad to teach English and like detach myself from all the people around me and video games and everything, which would have been pretty extreme. Luckily, my best friend took me out of this, but you know, that was something that was on the horizon for me, and I was like fully committed and ready to just make this huge change in my life. And I initially, again, made the plan that I was going to max my account before I disappeared for like a whole year. But luckily, that is not happening. And on top of that, Leagues 5, I think it's 5, Leagues is coming out in November. And depending on, you know, how burnt out I might be at the time, I would like to participate in it if I'm not. So obviously I can't max my account when I'm playing on Leagues. So those are the two big reasons about why I roughly want to have November as my deadline. And honestly, I think we could do it. Alright, so now let's split this up into smaller sub goals. And along with this, we're going to be having some small side goals as well to have along the journey. Now, the sub goals are all pretty simple when it comes to maxing. Again, you can see all the different skills, and you can definitely see that every single skill that needs to be leveled up, they're not 99. So as long as we focus on the ones that need to be 99, maybe the ones that are closer to 99 I can finish off first. Whatever I choose, these are the sub goals that I need to do. But of course, I also have some side goals basically that I want to be able to complete along the way. These are things that aren't necessarily 100% going to be important to maxing my account, but they're just things that I know that I'm going to want anyway, so I'd rather get them done along the way. Now, number one is money. You know, this whole video and whole series, everything, I've started a Tebow rebuild. So at the end of the day, we gotta make money, and we gotta like make some profit along the way to maxing. Now, luckily, all the skills that I have to level up, these are all skills that can generate money, and they don't cost any money at all to train. So I can achieve both a Tebow rebuild along with maxing. Next one is definitely a little bit less necessary, and that is combat achievements. So along the way to level 99 Slayer specifically, there will definitely be a lot of different combat achievements that I haven't completed yet, and this is kind of more to scratch the efficiency itch that I have. If I can, whenever I get like a boss task or something that I can kill a Slayer boss with, then I would like to be able to do the task while I'm also doing the progress to level 99 Slayer. But this is not a hard requirement of mine, so it's okay if I don't get it. Like, it is what it is. Now, this last side goal is something that is probably the scariest one, and also probably the least necessary, but it is Inferno. And this is a personal challenge. The reason why I want to be able to do this is because I can obviously just stay in my comfort zone. And let's be honest, just maxing my account, definitely very comfortable. And I think that I need a challenge along the way to try to achieve, because it's definitely something that's out of my comfort zone. And then achieving this, it'll encourage me and give me a new spark to be like, yes, I can do this. Like, I can get the Infernal Cape. So what else can I get? What else can I learn? What else can I push myself to do? And we'll see. We'll see when we reach there. Last but not least is clue scrolls. Clue scrolls are something that I've historically hated a lot, but over the past couple months, I've actually been putting the time to actually doing them. This is something that is definitely going to be able to be done along the way, and then we'll probably open up all the clue scrolls at the end of my maxing grind. Some notable mentions are pets. So I don't have many pets. Going backwards to then get a pet from a skill that I didn't get on the way to 99, it would just feel bad for me, and it would feel more efficient to be able to get it done first along the way, as opposed to I finish 99 and then I go backwards to finish it. But getting a pet is very unpredictable, and it's very heavily dependent on RNG, so because of that, it's not going to be something that I'm going to be stressed over at all. It's definitely going to be something that, hey, you know what? If I don't get it, it's fine. If I do get it, hell yeah, that'd be amazing. But I'm not too worried about it. Similarly, I initially wanted to get a mutagen from Zora, and I thought this kind of aligned up with my goals back at the time, where I wanted to make money, and Zora is definitely really great for using a T-bow at. And I just thought, hey, like, why not just go to Zora? It's like pretty chill. You don't have to swap your weapons and everything. You just camp the T-bow the whole time, use amethyst arrows, and all you have to do is just follow the rotations and know where to stand. That being said, a mutagen is very heavily RNG dependent, and if I don't get lucky at Zora, then I'm not maxing my account. And on top of that, it's not something that's really challenging for me to do. It's something that's more relaxed. And I am getting money from it, but even then, there are better moneymakers than Zora. So I ended up moving this more to something that would be nice. If I do a Slayer task that requires Zora, sure, I'll do it. But aside from that, this is definitely not a stressor for me at all anymore. Now, our last point is accountability. I think this is a good way of me closing everything off and thanking you guys for watching this video. In a way, posting this video is my way of keeping myself accountable. Because I'm putting this out as a video and I'm putting this out to the public and everything, and you guys can all see this. It gives me a little bit more of like incentive to make sure that I follow through with my plans, and now that I've listed out everything that I want to achieve and do, it's just a matter of actually achieving it. I invite all of you guys to partake in this journey with me and leave in the comments down below if there are any plans that you guys might have that you guys want to be able to achieve around the same time frame as me. On top of all this, it's very important for us to all remember as well that it's important to take care of ourselves. I'm definitely someone that puts way too much pressure on myself when I have goals, and having too many goals for me, it's definitely been historically a bad call. So make sure that you guys take care of yourself, your friends, your family, and I hope to see you guys all very soon with the next video.